All you are is mean, and a liar, and pathetic, and alone in life and me. But someday, I'll be big enough to where you can't hit me, but all you're ever gonna be is me. I used to scream these Taylor Swift lyrics at the top of my lungs, thinking about my childhood bully, my older brother Jonathan. This is my ode to my tormenting best friend. From reading my diary to my friends to threatening to push me down the stairs, he might have scarred me a little, but I do credit him for my beautifully apathetic personality. I'm going to go through all of the things I endured along with the life lessons that he instilled in me. The first of which I like to tell people is what I call the blackmail saga. So whenever we were younger, we would always plug our phones in my parents' bathroom, and so because he was older than me, he got to plug his in a little later. And one night, Jonathan found himself trying to get on my phone, and he luckily guessed my password. It might have been 1234, but he got on there and found that I had illegally downloaded Snapchat because I wasn't allowed to have it as a 7th grader, and he found my lovely text with my also 7th grade boyfriend, started screenshotting all of them, sent them to himself, and the next morning I woke up with a text saying, "You do everything I say or mom and dad see these." And it was followed by all the proof that he had gathered. So for the next 3 weeks, I was like a fish on a hook. I can't tell you how many grilled cheeses I made, how many chocolate milks I delivered, and how many times I did his dishes. I was so miserable that by the end of it, my parents said, "Whatever you did, we don't care. Just stop torturing yourself." So I ended up telling them, and I still got in trouble, so that was one lesson I learned: don't trust your parents. But then the other lessons I learned were to make sure on your passwords and to stop calling your 12-year-old boyfriend really cringy nicknames. So another saga was about my poor little diary. So in middle school, I kept my hot pink diary with a lock in it under my bed, like any rational 13-year-old does. Little did I know the trouble I was putting myself in. So I didn't even know that he had found my diary until I was standing at church one day with a lot of my friends. I've got my crush in this circle, I've got my girlfriends I like, I've got my girlfriends I don't like, and all of a sudden he's quoting it, word for word, and I'm just standing there, silently screaming. So I sprint to the bathroom at church, I've got tears in my eyes, and that was an easy lesson. Just don't have a diary. The last saga is the most traumatic for me. For some reason, we had 3 twin-size mattresses just in our basement. No sheets, just floating around. I don't really know what they were for except for sledding down the stairs, but my siblings and I made use of them. So Jonathan, along with my other older brother, James, used to sandwich me in between them. And so to a 50-pound 6-year-old, I really thought it was the end for me. I would sit there, I was like a trapped animal. I would scream, I would cry, I'd be like, "Guys, please just let me out, I can't breathe, I can't do anything." And now to this day, if someone puts a blanket over my head, I feel like I'm gonna die. So I wish I had a life lesson for that one, but all I gained was moderate claustrophobia. To conclude, I do really love my older brothers. James and Jonathan had the best impact on me, and with Jonathan in particular, I learned life lessons like don't keep your diary under your bed and make sure on your passwords. But more importantly, I learned not to put up with nonsense, which I think is the most important lesson a 19-year-old could learn. So from crying in bathrooms to wanting to punch him probably every day of my life, he taught me so much, and I'm very thankful for that. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and as Erica Hyatt once said, siblings are your first friends, your first enemies, your first rivals, and your first partners.
Okay.